It is scientifically clear and proven thousands of times. We now know what to do to keep our body healthy.
The World Health Organization's guidelines on physical activity and sedentary behavior provide clarity about the kinds of exercise our body needs and the matching types of daily and weekly physical activities, exercises, and muscle training. 3 types of exercises are important for a fit, strong, and healthy body. Exercise type number 1.
We should do at least 150 to 300 minutes per week of moderate intensity aerobic physical activity, combined with 75 to 150 minutes per week of vigorous intensity aerobic physical activity.
The World Health Organization stresses that exercising for more than 300 minutes a week, so no more than 60 minutes per day, will further contribute to the benefits for your health. Additionally, we should try to spend less time sitting. Replacing sedentary time with physical activity of any intensity, including light intensity, provides health benefits. We obviously sit too much and move too little, which doesn't strain our muscles enough. The disadvantages of prolonged sitting are huge and greatly underestimated. Our body degenerates faster the more often and longer we sit, which allows nearly all chronic diseases to develop faster. That brings us to the first essential insight of exercise as medicine. We call these insights essential because they are indispensable to be able to make healthy choices with regard to exercise. Otherwise, healthy living is just a lucky shot. We humans, if we understand the essential insights, will be more likely to live healthier and more active lives. The first essential insight of exercise as medicine is:
interrupt prolonged sitting. Don't stick to your chair for too long.
The most important thing we could do for our health is to regularly interrupt prolonged sitting and take a small walk several times a day. So far, no concrete advice has been formulated, but specialists advise to stretch your legs every half hour and/or to do an exercise, and to go for a small walk of at least 10 minutes every 2 hours. This allows oxygen to circulate throughout the body and to dissipate waste. So it is necessary to take regular breaks from prolonged sitting and to be physically active throughout the day.
If you sit for 4 to 6 hours straight, part of the day, your blood sugar levels and lipids, fats, in your blood increase, which causes your body to increase insulin in your blood. This in turn activates a process called lipogenesis, which means that glycogen, sugar, that is stored in your liver is turned into fat.
This increases the chance of clogged arteries and increases our body fat. So no physical activity for one part of the day means activating your body's fat production. On the other hand, if you're physically active for at least 5 minutes per part of the day, your internal combustion engine will be activated and will use fat as energy.
That's why the advice is, be physically active for a minimum of 5, but preferably 10 to 20 minutes per part of the day, every 4 to 6 hours. That's in the morning, afternoon, and evening. And 20 to 30 minutes if you want to lose weight. So preferably, several small moments divided over the day, instead of one extra long period of exercise just once a day.
Which brings us to essential insight of exercise as medicine number 2. Get active for at least 5 to 10 minutes per part of the day, and if you want to lose weight, 20 to 30 minutes.
Exercise type number 2. Our body needs 75 to 150 minutes per week of vigorous intensity aerobic physical activity to train our endurance and keep our heart and blood vessels healthy. Examples of this type of activity are jogging, cardio fitness, aerobics, or skating. This type of exercise improves your cardiovascular health. 75 to 150 minutes per week means doing cardiovascular exercises 2 to 3 times per week.
Exercise type number 3. Sarcopenia, as you probably know by now, is the muscle decay that we all experience from the age of 25. On average, we lose about 1% of muscle mass a year, so that's about 50% between the age of 25 and 75. The downside of this is that it decreases your performance. Your strength and balance decrease, bone density decreases, you have a lower metabolism, which increases the chance of becoming overweight, you have an increased chance of diabetes, etc. The beauty is that you can slow down or even reverse this process. Weekly strength training does not only prevent deterioration of the muscles and bones, it in fact strengthens them. In this way, you can actually improve your biological health and have a significantly lower chance of chronic diseases. The advice? Do exercises that strengthen your muscles to postpone sarcopenia as long as possible. Strength training helps to improve your biological health. Do 8 to 10 exercises, all for big muscle groups, 2 to 3 times a week.
Summarizing: get active 150 to 300 minutes per week, 30 to 60 minutes per day or more for more health benefits. Combine recreational activities like biking, gardening, or walking with aerobic exercises like jogging, cardio fitness, or football 2 to 3 times a week, and strength exercises for large muscle groups like fitness, boot camp, or gymnastics 2 to 3 times a week. This is the ideal recipe to keep the body fit, strong, and healthy, and to stop gaining weight or even lose weight. Move more, preferably most parts of the day.
For seniors, the additional advice is to do weekly exercises for balance and coordination. For young people, it proves of great importance to be active for a minimum of 60 minutes per day, doing recreational or sports activities, and to put the muscles to good use every week.
Everyone can benefit from increased physical activity and reduced sedentary behavior, and increasing their activity and sports participation, including pregnant and postpartum women and people with chronic diseases or disability.
In the next chapter, we'll look at the effects of applying these exercise guidelines.